He a rapper but don't got a chain. Stuck in my waist so I'm loving my beans. Like a million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rum. Big boobs in the bus, they plump. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. They like, I tell you, always stay hot. Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was I'd hate me a lot. Like, damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like, damn, she in her mood. No friends, I don't with the fake. Saying they love me but wanting my place. Step in the party, I'm looking the baddest. So the paparazzi in my face. Pretty but I came from the gutter. Said I'd be lit by the end of the summer. And I'm proud that I'm still getting bigger. Going viral is getting them sicker.
Hello. So different. Hello. How is everybody doing? Sorry for the tardiness, technical difficulties, and then some going on over here, but always happy to come over here and chat with y'all about Euphoria. Before we get into anything, Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, girl. I'm all right. I am all right. Even better now that I get to be with y'all. We appreciate you guys so much for being here. Y'all know what to do when you get in here. Tell a friend that we're talking about Euphoria. Hit the like button and leave some commentary down below about the commentary that we gave y'all. And let us know your thoughts on the show. Now we are going to start where we always start. And I'm curious to know because I know I have some thoughts. Ashley, overall thoughts of this episode.
Enough is enough. And enough is enough. And I've had to block people. I have had to click on people and go off in comment sections all over the TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube streets about this episode. Y'all have to make it make sense for me. Why did we need to see a choo-choo where a man decides to use a bottle on this girl? At what point do you say, that's reality? That you're just afraid of reality. You don't know anything about strip club life and Smeck's work, and he's showing the dirty underbelly of it all. It's for our awareness. It's supposed to make people uncomfortable. This is something totally different. And like I said earlier, I said, I've kind of inoculated myself to the gratuitous nature of all of this, but this was by far beyond the pale for me because of all the things you had to show. This wasn't one of them. Can we allude to something? Could we maybe have just seen Rue's reaction to a portion of that? Did I need to see him getting his booty smacked and this champagne bottle disappear? I didn't need that. No one needed that. And for y'all saying this is real, like I still didn't need to see it. This man is a freak of nature who creates this show. All right. And he is living out some sort of twisted fantasy. And if y'all don't see it, can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. At this point, you have to know that this is sick. I did not enjoy this episode, Tyra. I didn't.
I didn't either. I was gonna come in light. I was very uncomfortable. I am scared of Sam and whatever he has planned for the rest of this season. It feels like every single episode he wants to up the ante as far as what extremes he can push to and get away with it. I don't understand what narrative this was serving. And I understand because I got some of those comments too about, oh, this is real life. This happens all the time. Basically, if we don't show these things, we're practically pretending that they don't exist. Like, get into the realism of it all. No, that's not what this is. If we were going to really be trying to get into something, there would be some follow up with this and some context. And I know with him, we're not going to get that. Just like the I don't even know her name because they're just rolling through. Was it Angel? Yeah, Angel, and all of her shenanigans, and her on her knees in the private room. We're just getting down in the private rooms, right? And her situation with the drinking, the drugs, the debauchery of it all, to where we need to go to rehab. And there's no context there. There's no reasoning. It's just happening. And I do understand this man resides in a space of shock value, shock and awe. But this took the cake. By the time we got to the champagne bottle, I was so done. I said, whoa. I already knew where we were going with the scene when I saw all those men in the room, so I wasn't surprised there. It was the other option that you took for no reason at all, as if it wasn't grotesque enough. We went up a notch, and I know that we're not going to say anything about it. Nothing's going to be done with this. We're not going to give some commentary on girls in the industry and what they may be subjected to. We're not going to get to know Kitty in real life. We're not. This was just here, and this is wild. This is wild as hell that this is greenlit for him to go from episode 1 to here, and it's just been such a intense focus on fetish culture, grape culture, sex work culture. Like, what are you trying to say, and who is this for? Because this damn sure isn't for your regular schmegular viewing artist. This is nasty. This is nasty work, and I don't know. I don't know. I hate it. I hated every bit of this, and we had just met Kitty for 5 minutes. But let's get into the episode.
Girl.
Let's get in the episode. These are the things that make you, and I can't believe with 3 seasons of Euphoria, this has been like one of the moments where it's like, yeah, I think I can walk away now. Like, are you serious? After everything that we've seen so much in 3 seasons, and this was like my point of like, okay, like, come on.
And a lot of people were in the comments saying that, well, you know, the opening scene of season 1 is Jules and a grown man. But here, listen, like, gratuitous means that it serves no functional purpose in the storytelling, right? Over there, that painted the picture to us of who Jules was, at least, right? I wasn't a fan of that even, but I could understand it building a narrative and kind of creating these characters, who they're going to be, what shaped their lives, how they were going over here. But like you said, the damn Alamo, the slippery noodle, all of that crap is not really part of the story. That's a side quest that, like you said, we're just alluding to. This is about showing us, you know, women trade their bodies as commodities, or they do what they need to do in effort to survive. And we're supposed to see all these parallels between her and Cassie and Maddy and all of the women here. And also, this was a plot convenience, right? For Rue to have a conscience about something and maybe take some action, but it wasn't worth it at the cost of that, in my opinion. This was to appeal to a very sick and twisted piece of an audience, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think I shared that around the time where, I don't know what episode, but I already I said what you just said about Jules and the context of where it went narratively for our characters. It gave Cal a narrative, Nate, Jules. It all surrounded and came to a like concrete aura of who these people were and where we were going with their story. It was with purpose. Like, it meant something. This does not mean anything, and it's just here. And I have questions for who let it go, because why? I don't know. Let's get into the actual episode. Hit the like button, y'all. But starting here with Rue, I don't have time. I don't have time. Like, there is no way anybody is buying that Rue is an informant. Rue is just so unaware, even now in this moment of her being arrested. And it's like, do you have any, you know, drugs or anything in the vehicle? Oh, no. And it's just like, oh man, I actually do. Like, I don't know where her mind is. I don't know, like, what Rue, like, girl, she's just there's like Slacker, and then there's Rue. Rue acts like life isn't lifing, and she could leave here today or tomorrow, and she has no real purpose to just want to be a person or a woman or evolve. Like, she's just like dead weight. If y'all seen my review and you've been out there and them OGs, I equated Rue to Weekend at Bernie's. So this is Bernie. All she do is like slush around like you're dead. You're the Walking Dead, literally. But we picked this person out of all the people I'm sure they've seen come between Alamo and Lori. We're gonna get on Rue. we're gonna arrest her and try to have her flip. And instantly 5 years goes to 20 because you thought it was a little weed. No, we actually found this, and you can do hard time if you don't go on and be an informant. Oh, so y'all can lie to me, but I can't lie to you. She's so unserious. This is in no way what I thought we were getting over here to do with Rue. The main reason I was waiting for this season was to see Rue evolve. And it's just not happening. It's so dead. And even with the opening statements of that first episode about her quest for knowledge, self-discovery, and religion, Where?
Yeah.
Her listening to the old school Bible tapes or CDs or whatever the hell in the car, that is not the same. I thought we were going to be on a journey with Rue, like a fool's journey, something. I don't know. It's just not there. All this episode, we just have her anticipating. I'm going to come in here with these placebos and these laxatives because, yeah, we're just going to send you in there. And if you get caught, you just get caught. But yeah, I hope Alamo and Professor Pookie Wayne are none the wiser. And if you can, you get Lori in a compromising position, making a buy, doing some trading, and we can arrest. The focus just seems to be on Lori. I don't even know if Alamo is just really on the radar like that. But where are we going with this en route, Ashley? Did you really care for the placebos in the poker games? I thought the poker game was a little intense because I wasn't sure who knows and who didn't. I thought they knew that she was wired up. I told them, I said, y'all was about the Pookie New Jack City route in a minute because I thought they knew. But it was just like, no, you on them drugs again, huh? Yeah, okay. Don't do that. But are you at all interested in this portion of Rue's life?
No. At the poker game, I was watching Bishop because Bishop, why are you looking
Everybody's
so
always
studied over there? I want to know who Bishop is, Tyra. The more I think about him, the more I think he's somebody else. He is not who we think he is on this show. I don't know if he's the police. I don't know if he works for the human trafficking people. I don't know what Bishop is doing over there, but I don't think he is what he seems. As far as Rue, this is just dumb. Girl, when they said, yeah, it's going to be a 20 years for everybody else who dropped because of that lace Fenty. And she was like, huh? And you know, all these faces that she makes. I'm like, Rue, if you don't, can you be serious? This is your life. But y'all know Rue laughs in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha. But no, this was just the most ragtag interrogation for me at all. What did you think Rue was going to give up for you? I really was surprised she wasn't like, yeah, Lori, the one y'all want, don't really have a relationship with her, just killed a bird. Maybe this isn't such a great idea. Maybe you guys need to have a different target in mind. Not sure how much usefulness I'll be to you. But it was like, yeah, so what am I supposed to do when they find out? Well, call Lori and she'll have to make it right. And this is how it'll go. Well, all right. Oh, and you're going to use your cell phone. Leave it turned up on every surface that you go to. But what if I get caught? Well, it's fine. We're listening. We're listening. It just feels like I don't know. I just her these Hawaiian shirts, these Miami Vice suits. It's all just disturbing. She's not combing her hair. She looks like she's a little bit funky over here, and we're to believe that she's tearing the frame out with these girls in the back seat of the cars, Tyra. And I'm just not getting it. The whole poker game, I was like, why would y'all do that? You're a rat, aren't you? You done went back to that dope. I said, since when does someone equate a rat to being an addict? Like, I was Alamo, please. Like, he's so wasted over here, and I hate it. But yeah, I don't think anything of it. I think she's going to get caught. I think if Rue lives to see the end of this season.
Well, I mean, I think that's the real question here, because we can have these moments all you want to. You set these up to make us think a certain way, because the moment he said, I smell a rat, I was like, oh, he most definitely knows. But then it's like, yeah, you on that stuff again, ain't you? I think Bishop is like some type of trained silent killer ninja assassin. I think he just be on go. That's as far as I've been seeing comments like, oh, is he an informant, or is he like feds? Is he undercover? I think he is a trained ninja warrior assassin. He's a killer diller. That's what I think. Okay. Other than that, I don't see Popo. But I'm not here because I don't feel any stakes. We have seen time and time again where Rue will get herself in the most serious situations, and she conveniently walks away unharmed in every single way, and she lives to fight another day. With her being the center of the show and Sam being who he is she gonna get away unscathed and scot-free again? Ashley, is she walking away from this?
Well, word on the street is if there is a fourth season, Miss Zendaya won't be there. All right. I think she's officially done with the show. So, I mean, if we're making it realistic and she is in the thralls of her addiction, between the precarious situation she's in between Lori and Alamo, Rue should not make it. Any other character would not make it through the season. So, Rue needs to, if Rue is not going to get clean, we need to be burying her at the end of the season, in my opinion. Because at this point, what's the point? Because is this all been one big cautionary tale? Make it cautionary then. Because at this point, it's like you can do dope, you can live the fast life, and you can live a long time. So make it cautionary at some point, I guess. I would say take her out.
But that's the thing. Like, even though she isn't, like, I guess sober, sober, she is a far cry from those state of drugs that we saw her in, where she was not functioning at all. So I would expect her self awareness or situational awareness, like she can't even lie straight, to be a little bit more enlightened. Like, we should just see some ebbs and flows of who Rue is. Like, it's the same old Rue, drugs or not. Like, this is just her. She's so flat. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know if we're gonna really take it to that point and let Rue suffer. And not that I want to, but it's like, damn, the plot armor can't plot armor all the time. Death maybe, I don't know. Overdose, I don't know. Jail time, I don't know. But I can see her riding off into the sunset on the back of a horse with Jules for shits and giggles, like, because it looks good, it's provocative, it gets the people going, like, it looked good in the shot. That's what I see. Like, I just don't see anything happening here. But I want to get into the story, I just can't, because it's like Rue always gets away, and I don't trust that they're going to do anything different here. But y'all leave y'all comments down below as far as what y'all think is going to happen with Rue. And you've been hearing stuff about a fourth season. I have heard not that I was looking. not that I was looking, but let's get over here, because this pissed me off. This pissed me off. Look here. Lexi, I expect more from you at this point. When these people show you who they are, okay? You Maya Angelou them. There was no reason to ever think Miss Laid Up doing nothing. She's like, wait, hey, what you doing? Jules, I got an opportunity for you. Come on down to the studio. They need this painting. So, girl, you would have had a calmer time going down to the local Ross and purchasing something to put on that back wall. But no, we're thinking about Jules, thinking about our friends, trying to give her an opportunity. And they claim, and all those people in my comments, don't make this a gender thing. Don't be mad at Jules. If y'all don't shut up, I could be mad at this loser. This is loser behavior. This is loser behavior, because you will never play with me in my job. We get here, and it was ladies with umbrellas, aesthetics, which is those OG Gilead ass paintings where they're walking around with an umbrella in the park, but make it picnic. Okay, cool. I can see what I can do with that. Where does the peen and the breastises come from, Jules? That's not what we ordered. And then we get down here. First of all, you are not only wasting Etta BC over there, Alamo, but you are wasting the ish out of Sharon Stone. Like, I had great expectations when I saw the layout of who was going to be here, but they're just here in name only. It's trash. But Jules is just acting like, I just can't. You would swear she's Van Gogh. I just can't. I don't know. Like, so what do you want me to take away? I felt like they were trying to paint it as Jules and her self-expression. She's pouring herself physically, and like I said, her transness into her art. They said it wasn't that. Fine, if you didn't feel like it was that. But if you're doing everybody, I don't know what else you were supposed to see. And she felt offended that they wanted her to tone it down, change it, but it's not just that, because when they said change it was like, oh, but the breasts are okay. No, not the breasts either, Jules. We want no nudity whatsoever. Can you please fix it? And we saw what happened when the attitude popped out, and we looked sideways, threw some red paint around, and walked off. Girl, who are you? Who are you? If y'all are gonna try to lay it on my cracker that Jules wants to be an artist and she's stunted or something, or I was like, why couldn't we spin that first episode? Whatever that episode was when we had her on her knees and being wrapped in cellophane plastic. Why we couldn't see her trying to get through art school or trying to be self-expressive, or hell, trying to get her art out to the people, and nobody's biting it because she is pouring so much of her identity into it and is being rejected. So she feels rejected. High key, let me go over here and do some Smex work. Make it make sense, Sam. That's not happening here. You threw this out here, so now she just looks like an asshole, leaving Lexi out here to be blamed. She said, yeah, we lost about 100K today playing with you and your friend. Do it again, Lexi, and see what happened. We will find your ass and then fire you. And then we're just stuck here. I don't know what y'all want me to think about this or about Jules, other than her being selfish in this moment and not considering the opportunity. Even if she didn't want to do it and she felt some type of way, this was not the way to go about it. Ashley?
I think I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. But no, this pissed me the hell off, because again, this is not the Jules that we've met. Not even like if we think about her in relation to her friends. It never gave I would do anything to jeopardize where you are. I know you're an intern over here. I know this is your first big girl job in the industry that you've been trying to be a part of your entire life. This is Lexi's life dream. And I'm going to go over here and do something so entitled, so indulgent. I was like, oh, if you don't go out there and touch glass, nobody wants to see 1,000 dinglings. No, Jules' character doesn't want to see 1,000 dinglings. Sam wanted to see 1,000 dinglings because I think maybe that's what he thinks a trans person's experience would be. But that is not Jules. And who's thinking about what's between somebody's legs? So much. It wasn't a subtle dingling in the back, Tyra. It was
Ashley.
1,000
They
dinglings.
said this is
Big,
network
strong,
television.
thick.
This ain't even cable. This is
Listen,
network
thick.
television.
Listen, thick, trunk like dinglings, just holding the fairies up in the air. I said, what the hell is this? And like you said, this is network TV. I don't want to see no titties. I don't want to see no bush. I don't want to see any dingling. Separate yourself from that. And if you're not equipped to take that type of job, if you feel as though you're above it, then don't do it. But I think what you would have had to do to get us to this point is give us a flashback of Jules' journey and becoming this new person, because this isn't the Jules that we met before. She was always concerned about Rue and the friends and what perception was. So I can't imagine that Jules would have done something, at least not even given Lexi like, hey, I'm feeling led to go this way. If I can't do my art fully the way I want to, I don't want to do this. Do I have carte blanche access? It was none of that. It was like, I'm going to throw these 1,000 dinglings up here and I'm going to get mad when you call me and act like I can't relate to why this is problematic for network TV. This was I hate this for Jules' character. I really do, because I was like, this is not Jules. Are y'all trying to what are you trying to say here? And then as far as the conversation Lexi has to have with Sharon, you're right. I'm like, oh, you're trying to be Miranda? Is that who you're trying to be? But in the TV space, it doesn't give that. And don't be a net negative, Nancy. I was like, listen, I would never put my friend in this position. I can't see Jules ever putting her friend in who stepped out on a limb to get her work. Like, people will see your art. It'll be, I don't believe this at all.
This was an opportunity. Who knows who could have been watching this network television show and said, "Oh, who did that? Who that in the back? Who's that?" And if Jules is the starving, hungry artist that you would like for us to think that she is, because she's so passionate, I would think that she would take this opportunity. But all artists know, most of the time we do what we got to do until we get where we need to be. Girl, you are nobody. You don't even have a name to be in here with these antics.
And if it's all that, the man wrapping you up in cellophane can get you in a gallery somewhere, get you your own art space to show your dingling. Girl, but you don't do that for a commission piece. That's crazy as hell.
We already know what we are using Lexi in this one here for. But before we leave Lexi, because I was waiting since we saw Lexi that first episode in the studio, it's very calming with everything else that goes on in the show to see somebody not so involved in the other portion. And from what I can see, Lexi is the only one whose storyline isn't revolving around Smek's work or in some way, shape, or form. So I was like, ooh, I really would be interested to have a little reprieve. Come on. And really get to see Lexi in her element, chasing her ambitions. This is what she always wanted to do. Because that first episode, she did not seem disenfranchised or cast to the side. She was so happy. And we do nothing with her. And then we get here and it's this. And then it's like you go out of your way, just like with Jules, to make us like, oh, Lexi is still the same Lexi. Lexi is giving judgment. We were down there at the pool. She said, "What's going on, ladies? Ugh, oh God, you're on Smugs. Are you on Smugs again? Are you high right now, Rue? What are you, Cassie? You deserve better. You have to flaunt your body and sell yourself. And what are you? What are you, Maddy, a madam? What is going on here? You guys can do better. You deserve better. Like, we're women, we're ladies." They give her like almost this kind of feminine judgmental feminist arc, and I'm like, are we going to do anything with Lexi except for this? I really think that this is it, and it's unfortunate because it will be really beneficial to this show to see something outside of the seedy underbellies that we have going on with Cassie, Rue, and Jules. Is this all that we're going to do with her? And do you feel like Lexi was being judgmental of the girls?
I mean, she was, but I would too. Because what are y'all doing? You guys had opportunities to be somebody, and you're out here just taking, whatever route out. I think she feels like, and again, I was really hoping a lot for Lexi's character as well, because at the end of season 2, it was like she told the truth. She bared her soul in that play. She did the
Mhm.
most. Like, I'm not pulling any punches now. I'm being super honest. And so I think I get a little bit of that. But I was really trying to see what the dynamic was going to be between her and Cassie. Because are y'all estranged? Is this a close sisterhood again? Like, where are we with all of that? And I feel like instead of that, we just got, like you said, poolside judgment. Because, oh God, girls, what are you? Is this what we're doing now? Like, it's 2026. Isn't there something else better out here? Meanwhile, she's struggling at work. I wish we really got some time with her outside of this Devil Wears Prada working relationship with her boss. Like, I really wanted more from Lexi. We never got the closure with her and Fez. We never, like, we're just not going to approach anything. We're not going to close anything up. Open wounds for everyone. But I have wanted more for her. Do I think we're going to get it? We're halfway through the season. I don't think so.
Unfortunately, what I think we're going to get, speaking of Cassie, because I do not think that it was just a coinky dink that later on we have Cassie move into them nice Life in the Dream House Barbie apartments right across from Cassie,
Mhm.
right across from Lexi.
Okay.
I said, is Lexi going to have to go over there and discover her in a compromising way? Like, with this episode and the ones before, my mind goes straight to sickness with Sam and the way he wants to escalate and use things in the scene. And there has to be a moment to bring them together as sisters in a way. And that wedding, that wasn't enough. They didn't really even talk. And it's just like, Cassie, are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Why would you ask me that? It's my wedding day. And we clearly know that she isn't. And we do have Lexi later on in the episode just looking like, oh, look at her silhouette in the window. Look at her selling herself. Oh, it's just so awful. I don't think it's a coincidence that she's right, like in a window shot of Lexi. I think Lexi is going to have to go over there, but I don't want her to have to go over there to save her from someone or from herself. Like, it got to be that. I don't know.
I don't know. I really hoped, because things were left how they were left after the play. I would have really liked to see some sort of reconciliation or a moment in time where, because they never really, I mean, they were sisters, like they shared trauma, but like, did they ever get to a point? Will they ever get to a point where it's like, genuinely, you're my sister? Or does Lexi still feel like she's living in her shadow? Like, I would really like to know the progression of that storyline, but I don't think we'll get it. This is for something else. This season is for something totally different. It's not
Let
about
me.
Euphoria. It's not about these kids.
I'm gonna get this super chat, but I have actively been avoiding all trailers for the next episodes at all times. But I accidentally ran into one of the next episode. I said we're gonna put some way Cassie in her workspace to like upstage her or make Cassie the center of attention here. That's what it looked like. I'm not sure, but I was like, we're gonna play in Lexi's face every single time. Somehow Cassie ends up here at the studios as a priority. And it's like, oh, this is your sister? Like, yep, I'm Cassie. I don't know. Don't do that. Why does it have to be so toxic? Thank you so much for the super chat. Jules had an opportunity and she blew it. Shame. Absolute shame. That's why you would never sell it to me that she wants to be this great artist. I really don't see that. But, let the people tell it. I don't know. These are the same people saying that there wasn't any of herself in her art and it wasn't a trans representation. Whatever. Let's get into Nate on these knees. Now, first of all, from the emotion that was coming off of Cassie, I was surprised that toe made it to a bag of ice to be to be reattached. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were feeling like that. But the way that Nate is feeling like, it was very Mac-alicious. You gotta believe in me, baby. Like we gonna go to the top if you let me. Like I'm gonna build myself back up, boo. Like you see all of this, you see my toe, girl. This is a metaphor for life, for our love. Are you with me, Cassie? Do you want me? Do you believe in me, girl? I love you. She said, yeah. All you do is lie. All you do is lie. You met me, you were lying. You're lying now. Just tell me how much money you owe, Nate. He said, around a ballpark of $1 million. She said, say what? Bye. The way Cassie threw that luggage over the balcony. It's like I'm getting the hell out of here now. He says, all right, babe. See you later. By the time we make it down here, and I said, this was your plan? I really thought that Nate was making up the whole white endangered flowers thing to try to get that man off of his back. No, this is actually a real thing, and why he hasn't got the permits to forge ahead with his business and build this building he said it's for the elderly, it's for the senior citizens. He said, all right now, Bill, This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to deny it. But you didn't let me go through my four point power. Denied, sir. We'll look over it later on and concur later in another date. But it's denied right now. But you. But I need to build. I need permits. I just got married. You're ruining my life. Do you need me to get on my knees and beg you? I'm on my knees. He said, if you don't remove him from the courtroom, get out of here.
Security.
Unfortunately, they're gonna roll back up on you. Those men, they're gonna take the other toe. They're gonna roll back up on you because this is happening. I should hope you're not finding any more unsuspecting fools to invest in any of this business because you're not good on any return. That money's practically lost. And I seriously think he thinks, all right, Cassie gonna bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan, and come save Big Daddy. I see you when you get home, babe. Cassie ain't finna come give you nothing. Cassie's not gonna come through with the bag. You are on your own, sir, and you're gonna get your ass whooped. Sorry for you. Actually, what's gonna happen to Nate?
Nate said, baby, please. Cassie said, I'm going to work. I said, well, work then, ho. Like, you want to work? Go work. I don't know. It's the Nate I know would have blackmailed several members on that zoning commission. He would have got the job done. This piss poor, weak-willed, knobby-kneed Nate. I don't know who this person is. And we didn't like Nate, but at least he had some chutzpah. At least he had some grit. At least this is the same Nate who set up Tyler, beat the brakes off him, then set him up and got him locked up in jail. This is the same Nate that got the police over at Fez's house. Almost got Fez locked up. This is that Nate plotting on your downfall, Nate. And you don't know how to bribe one of these people. You don't know how to blackmail. You don't know how to send a hoe up the street because one of them like hookers to get the vote.
Actually, please.
No, because you're not going to build Nate up over these first two seasons to be this mastermind, master maniacal, smartest man in the world, Steven from Tell Me Lies energy, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to do that to Nate and then cut his balls off in season 3. It makes what happened to you, Nate? Who castrated you, Bookie Butt? I don't know this person. When he got, I said, if you don't get off your
on the knees,
what are you doing, Nate? What are you doing? You out here begging people? The Nate I know would be in your driveway with his baseball bat, with a black mask, with his Pooh Shiesty. Tyra, this is not the Nate that I know.
I don't know. He's a changed man.
Cassie, I think Cassie is going to come back. I think she is going to bail him out. I do. I think if it pops the way she thinks it is, I think she will come back to help. He's in a bad way.
I don't think she gave a damn. I think she said, oh, you can't provide me with the lifestyle that you lied and told me you could. Bye. I don't know why I've seen comments like, no, Cassie actually cared for it. Look, I need y'all to wrap your head around it because I have to wrap my head around it. These are not the people from Euphoria. These are different people. These are different people according to whatever season it is. They are changed. That's why Nate is in here on his knees bucking. Like, if you don't get your tall ass.
But people don't, in 5 years, I think Elle said it last week, in 5 years, that's not enough time to have a huge change. Barring something traumatic happening, X, Y, or Z, you don't change inherent. We watched Tell Me Lies for all them seasons, and Steven was 20 years in the future, still being a damn demon. Nate has not changed this much. This is like you said, this is a whole new person. I don't know who this man is. Who this man?
I don't know what to think now because I thought with the writing, I was like, okay, Sam is clearly trying to break Nate down to nothing, and we're going to bring out that inner demon. No, we in here on our knees after that intense ball grabbing and ass whooping and toe cutting. I said, well, if that didn't break you, and Cassie in your face, you're weak. You ain't no man. I said, oh my God, Cass, all you do is lie. And then we get a cork to the face at the wedding. If that didn't awaken the psycho, what else has to take place? It has to be Cassie leaving that ass. I don't think she's coming back. I think he gonna be waiting, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, and he gonna look up, scrolling, and see Cassie begging outside. Like, girl, I thought you loved me.
Girl, let that be the reason, but let it be something, because there's no way you're high. This lady popped the cork in your eye, emasculated you in front of all your friends. She's showing her hind parts on the internet, and you say nothing. This is not, and I mean, even if he peaked in high school, that still doesn't change who you are as a
Oh no,
person.
this is a
And nine times
psycho.
out of 10, the person that they made Nate to be, you don't lose that. You don't lose that edge.
Mm.
Actually, you become the most successful. Like that backbiting,
Oh, yeah.
scheming, conniving nature that he had was positioning him for greatness, honestly, in the world that they live in. Um, I don't know what Sam did. I said, does he represent some bully he had when he was in school or something? And so he
Yeah.
wanted to emasculate him. Some people have said Jacob Elordi said he wouldn't come back if his character was so terrible. But you can't change him completely and not expect the people to
I mean, if
cry
we
out.
wanted to go, I mean, just put us in the writer's room at this point. If we wanted to go this softer direction with Nate and have him break down, the breakdown could have been him admitting at this moment that as toxic and as terrible as Cal was, he still needs him in a business aspect. And we have their relationship kind of evolve and get into some type of center place to where it's calming after all that took place in those past seasons. Cal is over there being the town drunk. So
Yeah.
there were places to go if you wanted him to break down, because that would be the breakdown for real. That was his last agenda in the
Yeah.
past season. I'm going to turn you in. I need you out of my life so I can take over the family business and be a better man, a better father, and better everything than you ever were, because I'm going to be successful. And then you get here and you aren't, and you
Yeah.
admit that you need him, piggybacking off of that little piece of conversation in the kitchen. I heard Cassie showing them titties on the internet. Son, what's going on? Do you need, like, do you want to talk? Do you need something? No, I'm fine. The business is fine. Everything's fine. Clearly, it's not. But this is Sam, and we don't want to write that down on the paper. I don't know. It's like,
Exactly, Rizzy. I We can't even appreciate his downfall because he ain't even trying to get back. I could see if he was doing stuff and failing. That would make it even more entertaining.
no,
Like
he's
he's
just
trying to be
suffering.
devious and it's not landing anymore. I could even respect that. But just
He's
having
just
him here
suffering.
all,
No.
oh
They
bother.
said,
It's
what,
aggravating.
what blackmail? They said, what Russian roulette with Maddie? None of that stuff matters. None of that stuff ever happened. He's not that crazy. Like, and it wasn't just like, oh, it was the school bully finally getting his comeuppance. Like, no, Nate was a psycho. Like, okay. But let's get into Maddie real quick before we get into Cheetah Girls, Dorinda over there. I want to know what Maddie's plan is. That's what I want to know. I'm not understanding. When stuff pops off and it's like, I'm going to call the person I know can help me. And we do the whole makeover. We're taking pictures. We're giving it out. The whole plan, just like we did with our first client, who, due to Maddie's omission, like, I'm going to stay with my current job. I got to let you go. And of course, she finds all that success. But like, I just feel like Cassie ain't loyal to a thing. I don't know how this is going to serve her. Because I really feel like Cassie is going to move around the moment she has an opportunity, and she will leave Maddie's ass by the wayside. What is the grander, like, plan? Like, is she supposed to come up in a way herself as a manager to the girls? Please don't let it be her trying to get back at Cassie and Nate. I don't find too much pleasure in that. I feel like Maddie would be bigger than that. But the way we had her all distraught at that wedding, I'm just so unsure. But we doing product placement, photo shoots, and the whole nine. Actually, what is her motivation in the master plan here for Maddie? What does she want out of this?
Get that bread, get that head, and leave. And leave. I think it's a bag at this point, and I think we hear her inner monologue during the wedding where she's like, do I mess this all up, or do I get this money with Cassie? I get this money with Cassie. I think she's sick of the projects. I think she's sick of the concrete walls and the clothes racks in there. I think
Mm-hmm.
she wants more, and I think she views Cassie as a vehicle. And again, on the other side of that, I don't think Cassie leaves Maddie in this situation. I don't think she betrays her again. I don't. I don't, because I think Cassie thinks they're rebuilding a friendship while Maddie is
Mm-hmm.
literally a pimp at this point, in my opinion. I think
Oh.
this is truly what it's for. Even the timing of what we see later on, I was like, oh, Maddie is a mastermind. Now her old client doesn't necessarily like that because you're representing her and you threw me away. But I don't think Cassie leaves Maddie either. I don't, but we'll see. I think Maddie can take her all the way. I really do. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, no, I don't. I think Maddie's whole plan is for this money at this
I
point.
I think Cassie at heart has always been a user, a liar, and a manipulator. I don't feel like she sees any friendship here. I think she's an opportunist. I don't see it. I do
True
not
that,
see
but I
it.
don't think she wants to betray her again.
I don't know. I feel like if it was all of that, Maddy, and we really try to be about that business, I kept waiting for her to present her with a breakdown or a little contract. We are here in name and in agreement only. She signed nothing to say that this is your client and you have total ownership of whatever and you're going to get paid and you're cutting your 10%. Nothing was signed. Cassie is a free agent and she will dump your ass after all of the rooms you put her in. I would have had her sign on the dotted line and she did not. I don't know. We expecting. I think she's just expecting Cassie to just. She's just like, oh, she hasn't changed. She's that same little dumb bumpkin. There's that, and then there's other things and aspects to Cassie too that we are not considering. I think she. It's a bag. There's a bag to be had and an opportunity. But what happens if she takes it away and goes with somebody else? I don't know. We'll see. I don't trust Cassie. I don't trust
She's gonna
Cassie.
need an agent. Cassie's not that smart. I really don't think like she could negotiate her own deals and such. I don't think she has a grasp on. I think she needs Maddy right now. But you're right. If we do come to a point where she becomes self-sufficient, which I don't see, we'll see what happens. If we
the
get there.
way she decided to move at this party told me everything. Now look at here. When she said I got her all dolled up, first of all, we leave, okay? We leave Nate. We get the rundown. We getting a old Hollywood star makeover down there with Maddy. She was complaining at that photo shoot. Like, shouldn't we be on a real set? Shouldn't I have, like, complaining? That was step one. That was already a shot for me. Baby, the wedding ain't even cold. Cassie went and pawned that wedding ring and got an apartment. I don't think there's no loyalty, like not at all. It ain't none of that. Because even if you're in a way with your husband, like, but this is my ring, it has sentimental value. Like, I can't part with this. She said, this is nice. I'll take the apartment, please. Now, baby, coming down the steps in your best duds. I thought Cassie looked a hot ass mess. I hated this jump. This cat suit pissed me off. I said, ugh. I thought it was so unflattering. I've never seen Sydney Sweeney look this unflattering. I said, oh my God, this was your best outfit? This was your Sunday's best, Cassie. But fine. We down here at the function. Maddy made it very clear. We're selling the illusion of Smex. We're trying to get close to the person with all the following. I think it said 20 million followers. You draw him in with your appeal. You get him to post you. And then that's it. We're not trading state secrets in our body, Cassie. Okay, fine. We were downstairs, in the faces, in the places, doing what we needed to do. Once Cassie went upstairs, I said, oh, it's over. We already had the other client there, or the old client, and she recognizes, oh, Maddy is managing you. Then that means you're competition, because she's going to do with you the same thing that she did with me. Girl, I've been here. Let me up the ante. We're going to go back and forth. The way Cassie was acting wild. I don't know what all that yelling was for. She's just the ultimate party girl. I'm here for the smacks. I'm here for the Coca-Cola. I'm just here for a good time, okay? And then as we're upping the ante, we're closing and locking doors. I don't think Maddy is as secure and it's just like this is just business. Because the way Maddy was in a panic, like, oh my God, where is she? Because if she's up there, Cassie went in here. You don't know this man. You don't know anybody at this function. And you went in a room with some locked doors. Are you crazy? And she saw and heard Maddy beating on the door. Like, are you okay? It was giving real showgirls. Maddy's like, let me get somebody to get in here. I see that something's about to go down. If Maddy hadn't got in there, what exactly were you selling, Cassie? Because it looked like cat food. It looked like cat. And the fact that she was willing to escalate to be in the spotlight and go so far, she's so desperate. If this man or any other man or any other agent or whatever tells her something that she wants to hear that sounds better than what Maddy's currently offering, she is going to drop Maddy like a bad habit. When Maddy is the reason that you're standing here in these rooms and you know exactly what to do in the first place. I don't trust her. Actually, how did you feel in this scene? Because me, for one, with this being Sam's show, I thought it was about to get real grapey, and I don't appreciate that. I was uncomfortable.
Yeah. To me, I mean, she looked the part. She's supposed to look like a hooker. And I thought she looked great. I said this is the best Sydney done look to me.
Really? Oh
I
my
said,
God, I thought
yeah.
she looked awful.
Oh yeah. I said she's supposed to be a hooker, right? Like I said, yeah, for the
She's supposed
Wahlberg
to be an
boy.
influencer.
Oh,
OnlyFans.
whatever. I mean, OnlyFans influencer, like and no shame. I was like, oh, go girl, get get your blonde right and all that. Hey, do your biggest one. But yeah, she was gonna give him that cat. She was gonna give him that cat because she wanted to be chosen. But then at the end, follow, I'm Cassie. It's me, Cassie. At the end, I said, oh, this was so perfect. The photo op moment, the follow me on IG. She needs Maddy. Cassie is not this smart. If they hadn't have gotten in, she would have ruined everything. Because that was the one admonition that Maddy gave her. Like, just don't screw him. Just don't screw him. Because if you screw him, he'll be bored and he'll never call you back. And we need him to get this, virality or whatever. And I think that's what her fear was. I don't think her fear was about him taking nothing. I think it was, you're about to mess this up. You're
I don't
about to
like
mess
it.
this up for us. But yeah, hey, it's just
I
at
don't
this
know.
point, the Coca-Cola of it all, the double girls, the getting sick. No, this is my shot. Let me get in position. Oh, are you gonna share? Like, who wants to hear that squeaky voice screaming and hollering? I said, who is this turning on? Like, really, really, I want to know who does it turn on?
I don't know.
And we stayed there for such a long
We
time.
did.
I was like, it don't take this long. It don't take this
Cassie
long.
said, I thought you were a gentleman. I thought you was going to let me hit it first. I was like, all right, yes, Cassie, take control of the situation. Act like you're going to sniff it and like scatter it about. Because, yeah, I need to be completely aware in this room. She's like, woo! It's Cassie! That's not what we're supposed to be doing, girl. And it would be different if Cassie was corresponding with Maddy. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him up there. Give me about, 20 minutes. You come up there with the camera. That was all Maddy. Girl, you was about to go up there and sell your cakes for an opportunity. There wasn't a camera in sight. And your draws are down and your breasts are exposed. Ma'am. And don't be rubbing Coca-Cola on your foreign parts. Don't do that.
What does
Don't
that
do
even
that.
do to them? What does that do to them?
I don't know.
On the inside.
No, I do not know, but I thought it was up. I thought it was up. She said, "Oh, you got their attention, Cassie. Like, what are we gonna do with it now? Like, do the most." I think she's gonna leave. I think that she is going to leave Maddy on the first thing smoking when something better comes along. I think she's disloyal as hell. Um, I think that Cassie is about to escalate in the worst way because we were already being a desperado before we ever got any shine. What is she going to do now if we were sucking thumbs and wearing diapers and wearing doggy ears before this? I don't know. Ashley says she don't think she's going to leave Maddy. We will see what happens with that because I don't see no loyalty in this effort.
I know. And like I said, I think it's strictly dependence. And I think for whatever reason, she thinks she can trust Maddy. But I don't know if she's going to be on that Coca-Cola the way she was that night. Is it the start of a new addiction? I don't know. Well, who is this Cassie going to be when it's all said and done? We'll see.
Now we spoke on this earlier. I don't have nothing for it. Um, it was rude in the place for me. So we were already a hot mess at that poker table, and then we get in here, we're leaving our phone. Like I'm like, it's just really unsecure. You're just waiting and anticipating for the moment that Rue is found out because I don't think she's fooling anybody. But at this particular moment of her trying to watch the girl, she's already nervous. We see an incident take place in the private room with Kitty, who we already meet in a compromising position earlier in the episode with Alamo. And just when I was giving him props because that was a little bit of restraint for Sam. I was like, okay, because when Alamo was like, given I need to test the goods, I sampled them first before anybody. I was like, oh my God, can we just not? But it was shot in like shadows and silhouettes. I was like, all right, I can get with that. We're going to insinuate. We knew what took place. Let's move on. She was already asked out and we had just met her. And I'm just Kitty. I love to dance. That's all she really said. But then we get here. I was like, dang. I really thought you were going to do something different this episode. No, you went to the pits of hell with Kitty's character and the situation we decided to put her in. And it was like, well, Rue being Rue and she can't see outside of her own shadow. We have to have something really sick happen for her to take notice and just like have a self-conscious and an awareness moment of, oh my God, this isn't okay. We had to do that. I think the champagne bottle was a step too far. That this isn't okay. The train of it all, that was more than enough because that wasn't okay. That wasn't okay. We didn't need that, okay? But we see it and we take this moment to go say our piece to Kitty. Are you okay? Is someone forcing you to do this? And I'm like, is Alamo on the radar right along with Lori for the treatment and the trafficking of these girls? Because it doesn't seem like it. All they did was mention Lori, I don't know, but if there is not going to be something done about situations like this, or just some nuance with Kitty, I doubt we ever really see Kitty or talk to her again after this. These are just things happening, and it's very, very sick. Ashley, anything else you want to share on this? If not, we can move on.
Girl, I just hate it. And I need Rue to be smarter. You saw that whole click clack of them heels up on top of that toilet. She wasn't quiet. There's no way to be quiet with those
She's slow.
on. There's
She's
there's there's no way to be quiet doing that. I just want her to get some awareness in general. But y'all know my feelings about this scene. It was unnecessary, in my opinion. I think restraint would have served better. To me, it was bad enough with Alamo slowly unbuckling his belt
Mhm.
and the whole like it's like he tries to make it like eroticism. And that's I think what pisses me off. And someone asked earlier, well, what who's done it well? I mean, so many movies and shows I think have shown the horrors of abuses that strippers and sex workers suffer.
Yeah.
But this seemed like it was for someone's gratification. It didn't seem like, oh, we're shining this light and it's oh so terrible.
Girl,
This was for somebody who liked to see
who's
women in
done it
pain,
better?
in my opinion.
Y'all, Ice Cube over there with Players Club practice more restraint.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
what
yeah.
are we
Because
talking
I was
about?
crying for Ebony. I was crying for cousin.
Yeah, just
Listen.
off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
We all know that scene with Junior and I Just Came to Dance, but Junior hits the lights and we hear it outside of the room. We don't see anything. We
Yeah.
didn't need to see it, the brutality of it, to know what happened to her. Like, no, we needed to show everything, and we need to show her state in this bathroom and how I'm okay. I just love to dance. Like, and Rue's here, like, and Rue, you're gonna do what? You're gonna do what? Because at the moment when it was happening, I was like, oh, Rue's gonna go and intervene and walk into the room and stop it from escalating, because she watched it kind of from start to finish. Nobody's gonna step in. Nobody's gonna save Kitty. So
No,
I
not
don't
even
know.
you, Rue. You're not going to do
Oh,
anything.
they're right,
But
Rue.
and my hope is that it'll be incumbent upon the DEA to get another agency involved because they know now that abuses are taking place. But will they? Won't they? I would think they would have a like be mandated to report to whatever agency that girls are being run through and violated that way. But I don't know.
Hmm.
Rue's useless.
But getting here, we get all the way to the end, and in Magic City over here, Magic, read your book. She's listening in as if we didn't hear her in them loud ass stripper heels in the bathroom. She's listening in, and she's been watching and waiting, thinking something's going on with Rue for this. Since we met her, I don't trust her. And you just gave her a spotlight to feel like you surely can't be trusted, because why are you asking her that? That's none of your business. My thing is, like, he loves a good, like, oh, this is the underbelly. So even the girls who are getting the exact same treatment, girl, you're in a neck brace, a bedazzled neck brace, but you found time to go here like you were going to get some brownie points. What, you going to get an extra fix for coming in here snitching? Like, what does this do for you? What does this serve you? Because I don't trust her. Yeah, girl, don't trust yourself. We already have Daddy Kadeem in a way in this episode, feeling like Rue's awkward. They said, oh, you look bad. You look bad. They be talking real smack about Rue on this show, which I find just absolutely hilarious sometimes. But yeah, Rue is on her tippy toes, because once the stuff runs out, you're going to go in there and get those laxative and those placebos. Then I'm really going to be found out. And these secret agents show not trying to save me. But they call her. I'm thinking that we're going to use that phone and have it under mom, so that when Rue's real mom calls, because we're going to get that one phone call from her, is going to be unexpected. But we're playing it off. Magic's in on it. She knows what's going on. Start up something with her to draw attention away from yourself, and we see what ensues there. But I didn't even mention Lori, because Lori didn't have nothing going on outside of burying her beloved paladine parrot or whatever. But it was the fact that Alamo was so comfortable, like, yeah, a deed for a deed. She won't be rolling up anytime soon. She learned her lesson. Like, no, she's going to retaliate. It was Sam trying to shoot them in shadows. I say, Sam, with a mask on, as if we didn't know that they was the getaway driver and they were the ones behind that mask. It would have been interesting if we didn't have them come in there with all of the racial undertones and racial slurs. Like, make it interesting. Make it interesting. But the way Kadeem said, you can shoot both of these heifers before I give you any combination to this safe. I can give a damn. Go on, shoot them. And we shoot. I said, not y'all shoot Pookie Professor Wayne. We shoot them, and of course we take these laxatives, because there's not any real things in there. And of course, once we figure that out, then I'm guessing that a battle will ensue. But Yeah, this was the amount of anything. I guess we're gonna get into a war next episode. Ashley.
I mean, Alamo knows that they're dealing with the white Confederate militia over there with Lori. He knew it was going to be this, but here we go again with just all of the racism that you can muster up just to have these scenes. First of all, they're in Barack Obama masks when they come in. And it's like, yeah, do you want me to get that donkey D? Do you want me to get that mandingo? I was like, what the hell? Like, who? What are you doing? Why do we need this? And I hate everything that magic stands for. Rosalia. I hate everything that she stands for over here, girl. Because you campaigning to be the bottom B while you in traction hoe. Like, what good does it do to She asked her if she was being forced. I think we can't trust Rue. Bring her in here, Big Daddy, so we can have the conversation. But yeah, poor Professor Pookie didn't give a damn about them. He waited. He waited for the whole countdown. I said, well, you're not going. No, it was
No.
that donkey D that he didn't want to lose and ended up getting popped anyway. My thing is a gut shot can be over. So I'm very, very curious to see if we see Big Eddie anymore moving forward. But if not, it was good to see Dwayne Wayne over here. But yeah, this scene was, I mean, it's so predictable. You knew you were starting a war. And we know that this is one of Sam's fantasies as well. He wants to see this cowboy
Yeah.
shootout at the end. So we know that it has to go further than this because now we have to get payback, and it's going to be the blacks and the whites, and just dumb. And then what made me most disappointed though was Faye's lips. Faye and her lips, because how could you, girl? They came in here to try to take me out. I thought we was friends, Faye. I thought we had a connection all about Fez. Like, really,
Mm-mm.
girl? You gonna be the getaway driver with them lips? I
I
thought
thought
Rue
it
was
was
like gonna hesitate and not say. She was like, "No, that's Faye.
it's
That's who Lori's
Faye.
people." Yeah.
It's Faye. I thought maybe it was up because she didn't warn Rue, and it was like, yeah, is Rue coming over? We should kidnap her because we miss her. Once Faye didn't say anything then, and she getting the Mario coins knocked out every Saturday night in the basement. I guess she's stuck. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But Ashley, any overall thoughts for the next episode?
Girl, no. I have no clue what debauchery we're gonna further descend in. Honestly, I'm struggling with if it's crazier than this, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing uploads for this one. I don't know. It's just so it comes to a point. It comes to a point where I'm like, do I even want to talk about this? Like, do I even want to give this energy? But really, I don't know. Hopefully Maddie gets her bag though. That's the storyline that I want to see fully executed. I hope she really comes up in one way or another. I really want Maddie to win. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe Nate, get some cojones and does something, and maybe Cassie gets some money too. I don't know.
Sure. It's the way comments were like, yeah, they're gonna make Maddie work at the titty twister down there. She's gonna turn into a stripper. I was like, what? Please. I think Maddie sizing up the girls is like potential clientele. I don't think she was at the club trying to do a little dance for Daddy. I don't think, because Kitty loves to dance. We got enough of that from Kitty. I don't need no more situations at the club. I think that was going on. Maybe she wants a bigger clientele, and it's like, oh, okay, there's a lot of material here to work with the girls. Um, I don't know. I'm sure Cassie will be trying to live in the moment as far as all of these followers that she's getting, doing the most. Hopefully, we don't have any more photo shoots with Cassie. I've had enough for the season. I don't want any more situations. Okay, I'm good on that. We don't need anything to try to top what took place in this episode. Just let things be. Whatever's gonna top this, let it be the blood and gore in the carnage that's going to happen when they have this shootout that I know that he's anticipating up to in the wild wild west of it all. Let that be there. Let it be grotesque in that way. Lead the Mex workers alone. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see none of that. At the end, like somewhere in this episode, we do see that Jules, Big Daddy came home to Jules. We're gonna see what's going on with that. Because even though this is the life, Jules does not seem happy. If you were, you wouldn't have got your happy self there and did that with Lexi's job. So I'm guessing we'll see more of their relationship. I would hope so. Is it just him wrapping her in cellophane, or is there more to it? I don't I don't know, but we'll see what happens, y'all. It just can't get any worse than it has here as far as what they're showing. But y'all, that was the episode. Ashley, anything you want to share with the people before we get out of here?
Don't forget, I believe we're coming right back in just a few short minutes to talk about From's most recent episode. So join us for that. And I believe the Testaments, the live will be up tomorrow. I didn't even record my Testaments video yet. I'll do that in the morning. I'll post my Testaments review in the morning ahead of that live. So yeah, be there, be square, guys.
Yeah, me too, as well. I'll probably post Testaments because we got to talk about Agnes in the Newports. And that's got a cigarette. I'm going to definitely be posting that. Be on the lookout for that. I posted my From review yesterday. And I'm still talking about Half Man. If you're not that I'm trying to persuade you or anything, but if you're not watching Half Man over there on HBO, I don't know what you're watching. If you're watching this, hell, what's Half Man at this point? But we will definitely appreciate you guys' support in going to watch and support our videos and hit that hype button and stuff like
Now
that.
that's brutality done well, also. And I just
Absolutely.
watched and I'm just saying that because it serves a purpose in terms
Mm-hmm.
of the story, y'all. It's not just brutal just for the sake of being brutal. And I'm not even talking about Half Man, but go run up Tyra's videos and watch the show. It's talent over there.
Talent. Jazz hands, you know what I'm saying? Go over there and do that, please. We will see you guys shortly for From. And if not, we'll see you guys next time with more Euphoria, I think. Y'all have a good night.
In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. And you packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Sucking my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like 1 million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna romp.